Ezekiel Chapter 27. The word of the Lord came to me once more, saying, Now, son of man, take up a lamentation for Tyre. And say to Tyre, O you who are situated at the entrance of the sea, a merchant among the peoples of many islands, thus says the Lord God, O Tyre, you have declared, I am of perfect beauty. Your borders are in the midst of the seas, and your builders have crafted your beauty. They have constructed all your ship boards from the fir trees of Sinir. They have taken cedars from Lebanon to make masts for you. Your oars are made from the oaks of Bashan. The Ashurites have fashioned your benches from ivory imported from the Isles of Chittim. The sail that you spread is of fine linen with embroidered work, brought from Egypt. The covering over you is blue and purple from the Isles of Elishah. The mariners of Zidon and Arvad were your sailors. The wise men of Tyre, who were in you, were your captains. The elders of Jebel and their wise men were your caulkers. All the ships of the sea, with their sailors, were in you to engage in your trade. Persia, Lud, and Phut were in your army, your mighty warriors. They hung the shield and helmet in you, they displayed your splendor. The men of Arvad, along with your army, were on your walls all around, and the Gammadim were in your towers. They hung their shields on your walls all around, they enhanced your beauty. Tarshish was your merchant because of your abundant wealth. They traded silver, iron, tin, and lead for your goods. Javan, Tubal, and Meshech were your traders. They exchanged human lives and vessels of bronze for your merchandise. The men of Dedan were your merchants. Many coastlands were your market. They brought you ivory tusks and ebony as payment. Syria was your merchant because of the abundance of your goods. They traded with you for emeralds, purple, embroidery, fine linen, coral, and agate. Judah and the land of Israel were your traders. They exchanged with you wheat from Minnith, Panag, honey, oil, and balm for your goods. Damascus was your merchant for the multitude of your wares, because of the abundance of all kinds of riches, with the wine of Helbon and white wool. Dan and Javan paid for your wares going to and fro. Wrought iron, cassia, and calamus were exchanged for your merchandise. Dedan was your merchant in saddlecloths for riding. Arabia and all the princes of Kedar were your merchants. They traded with you in lambs, rams, and goats. The merchants of Sheba and Ramah were your merchants. They traded for your finest spices, all kinds of precious stones, and gold. Haran, Cana, and Eden, the merchants of Sheba, Ashur, and Chilmad, were your merchants. They traded with you in choice garments, embroidered work, and in chests of rich apparel, bound with cords and made of cedar, among your merchandise. The ships of Tarshish carried your goods in your market, and you were filled and very glorious in the heart of the seas. Your rowers have brought you into great waters. The east wind has broken you in the heart of the seas. Your riches, your wares, your merchandise, your mariners, and your pilots, your caulkers, and the traders of your merchandise, and all your men of war who are in you, along with all your company that is in your midst, will sink into the heart of the seas on the day of your ruin. The countryside will shake at the sound of the cry of your pilots. All who handle the oar, the mariners, and all the pilots of the sea, will come down from their ships, they will stand on the land, and raise their voice against you and cry bitterly. They will cast dust on their heads, they will wallow in ashes. They will make themselves bald for you and put on sackcloth, and they will weep for you in bitterness of soul and with bitter mourning. In their wailing, they will take up a lamentation for you, and lament over you, saying, What city is like Tyre, like the one destroyed in the heart of the sea? When your goods went out by sea, you satisfied many peoples, you enriched the kings of the earth with your abundant wealth and merchandise. Now, when you are broken by the seas in the depths of the waters, your merchandise and all your company in your midst will fall. All the inhabitants of the coastlands will be astonished at you, and their kings will be greatly troubled. They will be troubled in their countenance. The merchants among the peoples will hiss at you, you will become a terror, and you shall be no more.